So never be cheap in your life. This is about your life, you know? And it's possible that such a thing can happen in an airline with it already, let us say, advanced, rich country. But at least there, if you die, they will give your children, your wife, couple of millions. Here, you die in Indian airline, what they give you? 50,000 rupees? 100,000 rupees? So don't make such a mistake. As you see, those are not, I don't consider them even airline. This is like a, in the Middle East we call like those van, what they call the things in Thailand? TikTok? Like, you know, this three things with three wheels, what they call it? You know, something like that. Yeah, they are very dangerous. They can flip so easy. But in a poor country, those things is accepted. Nobody is. People just want to go home, you know. So don't be like those. This is this is not something like a truck. They would have a flat tire. They would stop you, take different one. It's an airplane. All right. Never fly with those people. Let's see if there's any other news from the Abdul channel. Yeah, Abdul, why your channel keeps stopping? What's wrong with you? What happened? Don't tell me the Israeli hit your TV too. Let me call Netanyahu. I mean, Netanyahu, what are you doing? So what we will watch now? I think I'm going to fire Netanyahu. But not now, because there's a war, you know. I will wait until the war is over, and then I will call him, all right? I will tell him that you are fired.
Tribal, treacherous regimes, to also, for the sake of unity, and for also to pull them out of this quicksand that they're drowning in. The U.S., all they do is plunder them. Recently, when Trump came down to the region, he went to MBS and he called him Johnny. He gave him a nickname called Johnny, and he told him to stand up. And then he clapped for him, telling him that he did a good job. What's the good job that he did? He acted like a dog. I don't want to use this kind of term, but he did act like a dog the way that he told him to stand up, and he stood up and he clapped and telling the people to clap for him as if he, you know.
He's talking about the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He's calling him, the Iranian TV called him a dog, and Trump, he called him Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Johnny, stand, Johnny. Hey, guys, give him a clap. He's a good boy. Johnny, this is a Hezbollah member, is so upset because Johnny, or the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he acted like a dog. All of you are dogs. Like, don't you see in Hezbollah now, you are acting like a rat, not even a dog. Like, where are you? The Israeli, they just hit you today in the morning. Let me show you in the news. Hold on. Johnny, huh? Potato, son of Muta. Okay, hold on. I just received news that 10 top scientists, nuclear scientists, are killed. Top 10, at least. Let us see here. Um, yeah, let us see. We want today news, today. Yeah, just today. I mean, Hezbollah don't even dare to fart, man. They are doomed. And this guy is acting like a hero. He's top like a... Be a man. Israel is hitting you every day. What happened to people of Nasrallah want to do jihad? This is... Where is the one today? This is in Iran. Isn't it in Iran? Yeah, this is Iran. Where is the Lebanon? What? Okay, let me find it in Arabic, as long as in English. Here we go. And then we go to the what? Yeah. Almost every day, almost, Israel is making Hezbollah shish kebab in Lebanon. And Hezbollah don't dare even to fart. Every day there's an attack on Hezbollah. This is just the news. I want to see when I can find the one which is today in the morning. Hold on. Anyway, I will find it for you. Yeah, potato cowards.
And same thing with the West, they're in Europe. But the thing is, they have a goal, and the goal is to divide and conquer us and control our resources and spread their immorality and and their corruption in our region. And they want to install all these puppets. Look what they did to Iraq. Look what they did to Afghanistan. Look what they did to Syria. Look what they did to Libya. All these countries that were involved in, they destroyed it. They either put corrupt leaders inside there that work for their.
They destroy it, right? Not you. Yeah, I know. I was wondering who destroyed Yemen and Syria and Lebanon. I mean, come on. This is the Canadian and the American. Hezbollah, they are, what the scumbag. Just get out of here. Potato. Let's go to the idiot of a France TV station.
Israel from these Iranian rockets. Is the Trump administration likely to do the same in the eventuality of an Iranian response this time?
I don't think there's any world in which the US won't defend Israel, and Donald Trump effectively said that himself in a recent interview with Bret Baier from Fox News in the aftermath of this strike. He said that the CENTCOM, the Central Command of the US military, was on high alert and said that the US will defend itself and Israel if Iran retaliates. Now, worth noting that in those early attacks in April and October last year during the Biden administration, there was rumblings about this kind of retaliatory attack happening, and we actually had a couple of hours heads up before we went on air about this taking place. Now, when I put that to an official from the Biden administration, they told me that the Iranians had not telegraphed their punches, as John Kirby liked to say back when he was on the podium. But of course, that clearly wasn't true, because I had sources inside the U.S. government telling me that this attack was imminent and was about to happen almost down to the minute. So there is a sense here that could be a very different state of affairs, though, going forward. Now, the first attacks, Iran launched a barrage of slow-moving drones, which took hours to get to Israel, as well as a few ballistic missiles. They were obviously very easily shot down, and it was seen as much more of a kind of show of force by the Iranians, just to kind of save face for their home population, as it were. The next round, the salvo of ballistic missiles that was then fired to overwhelm the Iron Dome, seemed like a much more earnest attempt, as it were, to inflict damage on Israel from the Iranians. But of course, there wasn't much damage that happened, and again, it was seen by some here in the United States that it was more of a kind of a flex from Iran rather than an actual attempt to really inflict damage. Now we wait to see whether Iran will respond with a significant response, i.e. a lot more ballistic missiles, or whether Iran even still has the capability to be able to launch that kind of attack. Of course, the Israelis have been targeting missile and military bases in these volleys of attacks that they've been launching over the last few hours. So it is also possible that Iran's defenses are significantly degraded. Now, the US will stand to defend Israel, but it will in particular stand to defend its own assets in the region. It has troops and air force bases and military bases more generally all over the region. Of course, the US has been worried about a retaliatory attack by Iran over the last 24 or so hours. That's why they evacuated the Baghdad embassy. They've also allowed various spouses of military officers and personnel to voluntarily evacuate from various military bases in the Middle East. But they will respond likely if those are targeted. Now, Iran says that it's going to attack the Americans. It says that the Americans at least are responsible. Iran says that the US, as Israel's main supporter, will be responsible for the consequences of Israel's adventurism. Now, that is different from what the Supreme Leader said. He didn't directly address the United States, but the US will look to respond if Iran does indeed decide to attack the Americans for this attack from the Israelis.
Thank you very much for that, Fraser Jackson in Washington, and also to Syed Azimi in Tehran and Noga Tarnopolsky in Jerusalem. And we can go back now to James Andre from our International Affairs desk here in the studio. James, Fraser was just talking there about potential US responses. The US is usually steadfast in its support of Israel, but there are certain differences between the Biden administration and the two Trump administrations with regard to their responses and handling of the Middle East.
Absolutely. In fact, Israel has had a history of, I'd say, overstepping what the American president wanted to see happen. I mean, maybe, I'd remind you of what happened in 2015 when Benjamin Netanyahu traveled to Washington. He was invited by the GOP speaker at the time, spoke before Congress, while Barack Obama was not even informed of his visit, or at least not officially informed. Basically, this was about the Iranian nuclear deal. At the time, he was trying to convince the American Congress that the JCPOA, so the Iran nuclear deal, was not to be signed because it was dangerous for Israel. And he did this behind Obama's back. And Obama was furious at the time. I'll give you another example, and this is even closer to what's happening right now. This was back in 1981. It was an operation conducted by the Israeli army called Operation Opera, and which is widely considered to be the first strike on a nuclear plant in history. Basically, at the time, it was Saddam Hussein who was building a nuclear facility in Osirak in Iraq. This was being built in cooperation with the French, and at the time, the United States has just freshly delivered F-16 jets to Israel, and Israel conducted a strike without speaking to any of its allies on the Osirak nuclear facility, which was nearly ready to start functioning and who was about to be fueled. So it was the last possibilities to strike this installation before it was fueled. And basically it killed 10...
Somebody saying there's other channel they have more insight, but here's not live. My friend, I am connected right now to the ones who they can give you the most inside information right away from Israel. So I don't know who can give you insight, but I mean, what insight? All the news is what is published, and there's only two people that can confirm news, either from Israel or from Iran. Iran would never confirm anything unless there is no way to hide it. Like, the chief general of the army, he is supposed to make a speech now because he is the chief general, so they cannot hide his death. So it's not people on YouTube who can give you information. The information is already there, either from Israel or from Iran. Iran, they don't give really real information. They can confirm about death of this someone or that one, but they will not confirm anything about what happened to their facility. They will say they hit it, but they will not say it's destroyed 50%. Usually they try to hide the damage, to make the enemy did not succeed in their mission. The Israeli, we can take what they say seriously because, Israel is a very more democratic society. And if the prime minister says something and later they discover something else, he will be in trouble. So we can take what the Israeli is saying way more serious. And I am receiving most of my news actually from Israel. All right. So I don't know what more insight you will receive. What do you think you will hear? There's nothing in the public right now. It's called more insight because simply neither party is revealing what they are doing. Netanyahu, he just said we will stay maybe even weeks attacking, but I don't think that will stay for weeks. It might be few days, maybe 5 days, maybe a week, because you see, if the Israeli are not using airport, which is close to Iran, that will be very, very tiring for the Israeli military. It's not easy to fly all the way from Israel all the way to Iran. That is a far distance. You need to refuel. You need, like, even if you refuel, what that will do, that will not be enough because you need to reload missiles, bombs, and most of those bombs they are using, they are going to be heavy duty. Like the missiles they use to kill a target like assassination purpose, those are small ones. They can burn, destroy an apartment. But when you talk about destroying nuclear facility built underground, melty floors down. So you can imagine the size of those bombs. So the airplane can carry maybe 2 bombs maximum. They cannot carry many. I'm assuming, like for sure if somebody expert, he can give us more insight about the airplane they are using. But long distance, far distance, fueling, refueling, reloading, weapon, and emission is not easy. Israel can do way better if they have an agreement with somebody, we do not know who, to use their land so they can fuel and they can load and attack again from a very close distance. There's 2 options, 2 countries they might do that, Azerbaijan or Saudi Arabia. Azerbaijan, it is possibly not the good scenario because the Russian, they will be able to warn the Iranian about any movement happening in Azerbaijan. The Russian, they are monitoring Azerbaijan all the time because it's very close to their borders. So I am assuming that it's mostly Israel is not attacking from Israel. They are using Saudi secret airport. It's not from Israel. All right? I am assuming. We can't confirm that. Those will be secret missions because the Saudi, they will never dare to say we are giving a ground, for operation for Israel. They don't dare to say that to the Arab because they don't, how they can justify it. And their own people. So if it's done, it's going to be secretly done. And if it is done, that will give Israel the opportunity to keep attacking for a long time, not only 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, even months, because the distance is very short. Airplanes, you do not need a lot of airplanes to be flying at the same time. They can do maintenance. They can do all the requirement to keep those airplanes functioning right. Remember, Israeli will never risk sending their airplanes all the way to Iran and then a maintenance failure and the airplane, the fighter jet fell down. That would be a disaster for the Israeli. So they have to have a team beside those airplanes in the ground in Iran for any kind of emergency to go and rescue any fighter jet fell down because of failure. You never know. If the Iranian could not hit it, well, maintenance issue can happen. So I am thinking that most likely Saudi Arabia is providing kind of a ground for the Israeli army to attack Iran. Anyway, those things we will not know until time pass. Nobody will share those things. And even the Saudi, they were never there to share it because that will be against their own population, support. Like supporting Israel, they're giving a ground airport. But we know that Saudi Arabia have a very secretive relationship with Israel. In fact, I guarantee you that every Saudi right now is dancing from happiness. Every citizen of Bahrain and the Emirat. But in the same time, they will be very worried. Especially a country like Bahrain and Emirat. They are very close. If we open the map, give me a second. So this is Iran. So if we look at the map here, look how Emirat is so close. Iran can invade Emirat so easy, so fast. I mean, it takes them only maybe 3 hours to be. In fact, already Iran, they invade one of an islands. It's supposedly owned by Emirat. It's called Abu Musa. They took it. Let me see where this island here. It's a small island. Where is Abu Musa? Abu Musa. Let me see where it is. Let me search. All right. Yeah. So it should be here next to the al Qiwin island. Let's see al Qiwin. Where is al Qiwin? Okay, give me a second. al Qiwin. It should be here. I don't know why in this map it's not showing. It's too small. But anyway, the Iranian, let me see if I can use different map. So the Iranian, they invade and they capture this island already. See, this is the island, Abu Musa. Very close. You see the Dubai? This will be like maybe an hour by boat, very close. By airplane, you cannot even count it. Very small island, invaded, the same as Turkey invade Cyprus. The Iranian, they invade this island. Let us see if we can load in, in Google. You cannot. But you see here, there's an airport, but this is used by the army. So for the Iranian to hit Abu Musa or to hit Dubai, it's just, it's a piece of cake, They are so close. I mean, even without this island, Iran is so close to Dubai, very easy. Very, very short distance. So Iran is here, and this is where the red dot is. This is why when I received the news about Iran refinery attacked, I said this is not possible for now, at least in this stage of war, because Israel will use that only as a last resolution, not as an option to be a start, because that will make all European countries are angry. Will make all their friends angry, actually, because that will hurt them. Because Iran will hit all the refinery as a revenge, because they lost everything then. If you destroy the refinery, that means this is where the money for their bread and food coming from. You just destroyed the regime. So Israel will use this weapon, let us say refinery attack, as a last resolution. So now, if Iran attack Israel and attack the Israeli gas field, which is exist here in the front, in the front of Haifa and Tel Aviv all the way to Lebanon. So if Iran try to attack those fields, then Israel will attack the refinery. So they have to keep a balance, like don't force me to attack your refinery. Stay away from my oil business. At the same time, Iran have a lot of difficulty in their attack. So look at this distance. It's a massive distance. So if Iran want to hit, they have to hit from here. They can't hit from Iraq. They have to be hit from here. And this is at least, I don't know, like a distance, how much, but maybe, let us see, this will be more than 1,000, maybe 2,000 mile, something like that. You can measure it. So if they want to attack, their missiles have to fly long journey, I think at least 45 minutes, before they can arrive to Israel. And that make Israel have a lot of time to prepare for it. Even I will not be surprised if the Israelis start shooting down those missiles in the middle of Iraq. It's possible they wait for them until they arrive. Like what I noticed about the Israeli army, because they have a very high sophisticated system of air defense, the system itself calculate where this missile will hit. So if the missile is going to hit empty ground, they don't shoot at it. They let it go. Why wouldn't I take it down? Just let it go. Because all those missiles are not smart. They are like simply, old style rocket, like you shoot it and that's it. You have no control of it. When you shoot, you decide the destination, and most of those rockets are very old technology. Their target is not accurate. This is why they always miss. They miss by kilometers, not only by meters. And in the top of that, the Israeli can sabotage all the GPS or any kind of guide, for those missiles can possible to be work for with them. So the Israeli have many advantages. The Iranian don't have it. Iranian don't have airplane can go and attack Israel. Their air forces is very cave time, very cave time. Like if you remember the president of Iran, just last year he was killed because they are using American helicopter, American airplane made. I think they have it since the time of the Shah, the previous king of Iran. So they are very behind in everything. So Israel are way more comfortable in taking retaliation, but Iran, they are nothing. As you see, the Israeli attacking non-stop, and until now they could not shoot even the wing of an airplane. There's no report. Even the Iranian themselves, they are going so silent about how come the Israeli they can, dominate the airspace. What happened to all the weapon of Iran? You see, they make a show every year of thousands of missiles or rocket and air defense. It turned to be all his fault. Big army, but zero quality. As simple as that. So this is the leader of the Revolutionary Guard who was killed today. And this is their, look at this. When you see this, you say, man, this is a very powerful army. Man, scary. Look how big the number is. tens of thousands, you know. All they are going to do jihad. Take a beer. All of them, they are angry and shouting, death to America, death to Israel. And now everybody is in the run hiding, you know. So by the appearance, Iran have a powerful, you see, Iran as an army, I can say they are way more powerful than Saudi Arabia, Emirat, you know, but we cannot compare, you know, we cannot compare, not with Israel. Alex, supposedly I'm scared now. Yeah, Abdul. Ya Tharat al-Hussein. In the top of his head it says, oh, revenge for you, Hussein, which means they want to kill the Sunni. They want to take revenge for Hussein. I mean, look how stupid they are. Hussein is the grandson of Muhammad, supposedly, which is not true, by the way. Muhammad never had kids. But anyway, the Sunni, they killed the Hussein. They killed the family of Ali. The Shia, and those are Iran, they want a revenge for someone who was killed 1400 years ago. Okay, want a revenge from who? From the Sunni who live next door. This is how mentally sick they are. All right? And then when the war happened, you will see that this is a farting army. They do a lot of show, like this is a defense system. Allahu Akbar. Okay, where is your defense system? All of those things behind you, they do what? Where are they? What happened? You could not even shoot one Israeli bird? So it's a showtime army to intimidate their own citizen and maybe the Arab neighbors. But when it's come to war, they have no quality of any war army. It's just a showtime. It's like Hamas when they wear this mask and they act like they are heroes. The second the Israeli they come to them, everybody is a rat under the sewage. Let us see if there is any update. Here we go, Noga again. Iran launches about 100 drone. Hey, how stupid. I mean, look at this. Look.
Or missiles. It's on its way, but it's quite a distance. And so there's a period of an hour or even a little more in which you're basically a sitting duck. You're waiting to see the streaks through the sky. You're waiting to hear the anti-missile batteries, the interceptions in the sky above you.
Keep whining, stupid women, lefty. So they are saying, look, guys, you see? So they are launching 100 drone toward Israel. But look how silly the Iranian attack is. It will take them maybe hours, because those are not missiles, before they can arrive. So the Israeli now, they are, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, let us count how long is going to be here. We are waiting. So this is why they will not be able to do anything. In such a retaliation, you should shoot like hypersonic missiles, super fast. Not something will take hours to arrive, but that's saying you how badly they are damaged. So the Israeli are monitoring, and I think they are launching drone because they cannot launch missiles. And maybe later they will be able, we will see. But it is a silly response. Very, very weak response. But again, this woman, she keep whining about, look what will happen now. Look what Netanyahu did. We know he is trying to save his party. What a scumbag women. I mean, the lefty, those liberals, they make me sick. Imagine you marry a woman like this. You have someone like this in your house. Man, that is very, very bad news. Somebody saying Jews are evil. Read the Talmud. You see, many people do not know that not all the Jews even believe in the Talmud. And the Talmud is not considered as a holy book for the Jews, in case you do not know. The Talmud is the same as Sahih al-Bukhari for the Muslims, Sahih Muslim at-Tirmidhi is a collection of rabbis' talk. When you say the Jews are evil, that means you are stupid. Literally stupid. Because the Jews you are talking about is the one who brought the gospel of Jesus to you. The Jews. Who's Peter? Who's Paul? Who's Mary? Who's Joseph? All the names which you praise them in your belief, they are Jews. So don't be silly and say all the Jews are evil. A person who says such a statement, he is mentally stupid and he is uneducated. All the world reject Jesus except the Christians. So why you don't say all of them they are evil? Read the Talmud. What about you say read the Quran? All the Muslims they make fun of Jesus. Why you don't say all the Muslims are evil then? All the Buddhists they reject Jesus. They do not need Talmud. So silly talk. And here you see the hypocrisy of some, they call themselves Christians. When they speak about Jesus, says Jesus love everybody. Jesus come to save the world. The second you say Jews, they say Jews are evil. Do you know that every year there's a lot of Jews convert to Christianity? Do you know that there's a massive number of the Jews already they are Christians? This is why the nation of Israel is still small. Because the majority of the Jews already are Christians. They are Jews and they are Christians. There's many, they grow with hate, inside their heart. If somebody insulting Jesus will respond to him. But to say all the Jews are evil, that is very evil of you to say. Don't you know that Paul is a Jew? Even if when he accepts Jesus, he's still a Jew. You see, there's two kinds of Jews. Jews who accepted Christ, and still they are Jews. Even when they accept Christ, still they are Jews. They are Jews or Christians. And there's Jews who refuse to accept Christ. But anyway, we don't want to talk about, change our topic. Trump to attend national security, all the news. I said this news and 2 hours ago. I mean, look how late they are. You see, the first time I work a professional job, I was studying my law university degree, and I work in a newspaper. My job, I was not writing like working as a writer in the newspaper. No, my job is to read the articles in Arabic and to correct the grammar. So I go late after school, and I did not actually join the work because I need money, but because I like writing, I like to be informed. So I said to myself, I cannot ask them to, I have no history, so I cannot just go and be in such a famous newspaper. They will not hire me to be a writer. I was very young too. So I said to myself, okay, I will accept to work as a person who read and correct the grammar, and then I will make friends inside the newspapers, and then I can go like higher, and so you can get, and I'm not seeking money actually, it's just to be able to write, and my voice will be public. But what I learned during this period, that everything they write in the news is just copy of somebody else. or it's even fabricated. I remember in this newspaper, they were attacking Al-Qaddafi, the president of Libya at that time. Almost every day there's an article against him. Then one day, and because remember, I have to read most of the newspaper, like we are, not only me, I think we were like 5 or 6. So they divide like each one of us to read like a bunch of articles and correct it. So I was correcting the political articles sometime even like about science. So what I learned, that they are very fake news. They attack the Qaddafi non-stop every day about how bad Libya is, how dictator he is. And then one day I am correcting and the article says that Qaddafi is amazing. They are speaking about his green book, which is like, man, amazing book of philosophy and wisdom. So I said, what happened? This newspaper was attacking this guy every day. They said, we receive a big check from the Libyan embassy. Big one. Huge. And those articles are not even written by us. They are written by the Libyan embassy, and they send it to us, and we put our name on it. Imagine. So Qaddafi sent them a check. Suddenly Qaddafi became a hero. Another example. Every day there's an article attacking the coffee. Coffee is bad. Coffee is not healthy. Coffee can use your blood pressure, can cause heart attack, can cause adrenaline, blah, 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 you know, all kind of stories. And they put there in the articles names of Japanese names like Shukumaku, Potato, Tomato, Yahoo, Suzuki, you know, like nobody knows those names. But anyway, just make it Japanese. And then suddenly they start saying the other articles a month after, they start saying the opposite. So the first month it was coffee is bad, tea is good. You should drink tea. It's more healthy, the benefit of a black tea, the health side of black tea, the bad about coffee. It turned to be that the coffee companies, they contacted them and they said, how much you want to stop attacking coffee? Speak good about coffee. So this is a very famous newspaper, very well known, big name. And then I said to myself, I thought I was dreaming to work there, you know? I was dreaming to be part of the team. And then I noticed that this is nothing but a scam. They have nothing to do with the news. They have nothing to do with anything Israel. They are using their public, you know, at that time there's no, you know, YouTube and TikTok, and you know, this is the only way you can speak to the crowd: TV, radio, and newspaper. And at that time, everybody buy a newspaper, not like now. Nobody today. Who buy a newspaper? Nobody. So I learned that what they do have nothing to do with dignity or journalism. It is vandalism. It is a big scam. And then I decided to stay away from it, you know. I said, this is not for me. I'm not going to praise Al-Qaddafi one day and then attack the Qaddafi second day. Just because he paid me a check or he did not pay me a check. Very, very, and this is, by the way, goes everywhere, not only in the Middle East. All those you see, CNN, all is a propaganda, and they are doing business. Nothing about it is about journalism. It's just a pure business. An agenda of money. All right? Senior guard, commander, nuclear scientist killed in attack. All right, let's see if there's any update.
Very much, James Andre. And joining us again for the press reaction to these Israeli strikes on Iran is Elitza Gadeva. And Elitza, let's take a look at the international reactions first.
Actually, I want to take a look at Iranian press first. So let's go to Press TV, which is an Iranian state-owned media in English. And as we can see, it's starting to confirm that the leaders have been killed. It says senior IRGC commanders, including General Salami, martyred in Israel attack. This confirms media reports by the Israeli press. And then we have here the Twitter of Press TV that has been filled with images and videos of what it claims to be residential buildings that were destroyed by the strikes. Let's see now more pictures. Images from a residential apartment. The tweet reads, in Tehran, following Israeli...
You see, those are not residential. Those are that's the Revolutionary Guards. This is where they live. This is a city of the Revolutionary Guard. Those are high-rank officers. They live in those buildings. You see how the media, they lie? They are saying this is civilian buildings. Those are fancy. This is a secure city. No normal people, they live there. Only certain group of people who they are in the Revolutionary Guard can live there. And all of us, we knew that Israel announced that they killed those leaders. Where they killed them? They killed them in their apartments. Because remember, they did shoot at night. The attack happened at night.
And will undoubtedly retaliate strongly to these actions. We have again Press TV Iran that's quoting this time the leader Khamenei, Iranian leader, who says that the Zionist regime has prepared bitter and painful fate for itself with its latest attack. And I want to end again on a tweet by Press TV that shows this picture. Again, it's trying to show the very human civilian side of the strikes. It says a heartbreaking image from the aftermath of Israeli aggression, and it claims that 5 people in a neighborhood in Tehran were killed and 20 others injured.
Man.
Thank you very much for that, Elitsa Gadeva, and you're watching France 24, and the breaking story this morning: Israel early on Friday morning carried out strikes targeting nuclear and military installations in Iran. The sites of the strikes have not been identified, but black smoke was reporting rising over Iran's main nuclear enrichment facility at Natanz. There are reports also of strikes on residential buildings in secure compounds housing military officers. Iranian state media is reporting that the head of the paramilitary Islamic Revolutionary Guard, Hossein Salami, was killed in one of the strikes, and also the chief of staff of the Iranian Armed Forces, Mohammad Bagheri, and 2 senior nuclear scientists. And we'll have more news coming right up on France 24.
All right. In Israel, they are saying that those drones are going to take a couple of hours before they arrive to Israel. Yeah. And I'm sure they will hunt them down long before they arrive to Israel. I mean, maybe they will enter Israel, but they will be able to hunt them down before they can reach into cities. I hope so. 200 planes dropped 330. Okay. Well, we will see. Abdul learning Quran. Pakistan. Yeah, you know, I think here they are talking about Pakistan and kids.
If he is severely punished, all the madrasas will be afraid of abusing a child.
Pakistan, broken innocence, an investigation into sexual violence in the madrasas. Watch our special documentary on France 24 and France24.com.
Thousands of children in Pakistan being raped by the sheikh, you know. Thousands of children of the Islamic madrasa, which is madrasa means school in Arabic, they are being raped by the sheikhs and the mullahs of Pakistan, and nobody there to talk about it. So it looked like they make a documentary about those thousands of children. We don't know how the number, 10,000, 100,000, nobody knows. All the children, mostly those who join Islamic school, they are being raped, molested, used and abused. All right. Let us see the Iranian TV station. The live stream is either down or ended. Potato. Come on, fix it.
The older woman who was building, and there was no way for her to leave the building, but that was the last person that the firefighters eventually were able to rescue from this building.
Right, thank you, Gisa, for the update. Well, let us get back into the studio and talk to Mayam Azache, my colleague from the newsroom here. Mayam, can you tell us, of course, the mediator, the Omani foreign minister, said that these talks thrown into doubt. What do you think?
Government says Iran will write the end game. That's a good one. Oh boy. Oh boy. The Iranian TV does not function. Is that an Israeli airplane here is hitting the TV? Error code 230001. Is that a Kimchi number? Iranian TV, even your TV doesn't work. What's wrong with you? Potato. We have to keep refreshing, clicking, nothing work. So guys, we have to wait for a couple of hours before the drones arrive to Israel. So all of us, we are required to pray for the safety of Israel, the safety of the people of Israel, no matter what their belief is. We pray for the Christians, for the Jews. We pray even for Muslims who live in Israel to be safe and not to be harmed. And we pray that God will give victory to Israel against this evil, filthy enemy who is satanic, driven and motivated by their hatred. So, pray for good, and we hope good will come. DJ saying, don't lie. We want to know what Zakir Naik think about this escalation. Zakir Naik, until now, he announced nothing, and he did not call. I think maybe he is asleep in Pakistan right now or Bangladesh. Yeah, so I think maybe he's having sex with his wife.
Of genocide, and at least being concerned about the reaction of their nations would stop them from continuing to support the Israeli regime, fund the Israeli regime, trying to help the Israeli regime break the blockade that was imposed on it by brave Yemeni fighters who were trying to stop this genocide. So we're not going to forget that, and no amount
this is the sound from
words will make up
from Iran
for the actions of Saudi Arabia and other countries that actually made this monster even stronger, that made it this bigger. And
Iranian regime speaking about genocide. What a bunch. Hey, you want to do muta? I mean, you don't look good at all. But I can have two Shia, they called me yesterday, they are looking for muta. Genocide, you coward, filthy. Yeah, hold on, Zakir Naik is calling. Hello? Quitting breath. First of all, I condemn the attack in any Muslim country. But these are Shia. Quitting breath. First of all, I condemn attack in any Muslim country. Okay, but I just said they are Shia. Is the Shia Muslims? Quitting breath. I have to go. Just answer me. Is the Shia Muslims? And what's about this circle cup appearing in the TV of the Iran? Is that because they are Shia and they keep circling around the grave of Ali? Get a breath. First of all, you are lying. Thea don't circle. Thea go around. Okay? But isn't it around go is the same as circle? Get a breath. You are so stupid. There's a huge difference between circling around and going around. It's very different. As an example, you go around, that means you go from the right to the left. You go circle, you go from the left to the right. But isn't it the same at the end? Get a breath. I told you you are so stupid. There is a big difference Because if you go from the left to the right, you arrive from the left to the right. But if you go from the right to the left, at the end you become a gay. What? What do you mean? Good Prince, you are so slow. If you go from the left to the right, what you will become? Right. Exactly. If you go from the right to the left, what you become? Left. Exactly. You will become left, and that will make you a homosexual. Thank you very much. I got you busted. There's a big difference, you know, going from the left to the right, but it's a circle anyway, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you longer. We will meet. I might go live again in the, you know, in the morning my time to see all the update. Actually, I will keep looking at the news, but as long the the Iranian attack will not be able to reach into Israel until like a few hours. So you can imagine the Israeli preparing for those drones. It's going to take them 4 or 5 hours before they arrive. I mean, they might even shoot them in the top of Iraq. Are you kidding me? What a bunch of potato Iranian stupid regime. And they will say to their citizen, we retaliate. They wipe the floor with you, Abdul. What a drone. Potato. So pray for Israel. We pray for their victory, and we stand with Israel against those filthy terrorist regimes. We the Christians, we stand with Israel. And I say to you Muslims, the Lord, He promised those people, the one who become a Christian and the one who's still not, that He will gather them, He will bring them from every nation, and He promised them the land, and this is their land, and your hatred will not work. Your hatred will not bring you victory. Your hatred will destroy you. The most powerful poison a human being he can do to himself is hatred. You hate and you live by hate, you die with your hate. Your hate will poison you, will kill you. Those people, they live in the morning, the first thing they do when they pray to their filthy Allah, they say, oh Allah, don't make us like the lost Christians and the cursed Jews. Every day, 5 times a day. They are filled with hate. That's why they will never enjoy their life. That's why they are always sick. All Islamic society are the last one to claim to be happy. Because how you can be happy, even when they are eating, they are thinking about how to kill the Jews. Even when they are having sex, I want to have a baby so he can kill the Jews. Everything they do, they are thinking about how to kill, how to harm, how to hate. And such kind of people, they will never be victorious. Your evil is your enemy. It's not Israel. You are possessed. You are demonic. You are filthy. And we stand with Israel, and we are the crusade. Leave your comment, and I will be live again in a few hours. Until then, I say to you, may the Lord bless you. God is good. So is Jesus. And we are the crusade. See ya.